I guess Prasad, yesterday we stopped at accounting calendar, I guess.
Accounting calendar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me check. Actually, this link is, so we have two links. So this is only for the SCM, and this is for all offerings. So I have one more link. So let me check that one if it is working. Their Oracle is restricted. Just let me check the other link so we can use that link. Actually, this link so we can use. So we can use in the weekend as well.
We cannot see your screen, Prasad.
Yeah, I'm just logging in Gmail, so I'm just checking it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one more server. I'm just hmm, okay. So let me try here. So for the R12 and other things, what so we can take care of all this, but this load, what happens is we need to depend on Oracle, and Oracle also giving some kind of a security based on the usage. So now let me go to the offering. Okay, we have the, so let me take the procurement offering here. Okay, so click on the setup. Okay, okay. So actually they restricted earlier. What happens is, so it is a kind of a shared one. Okay, for the financials related, because these are all the financial related only. Even though chart of account structure, ledger, legal entity, all these related to financials only. I think they restricted all these things. So this is how to create an implementation user. You can create implementation user using this one, and you can run the program. So let me check whether it is restricted or not. Run user, yeah, now it is not restricted because they separated. So earlier, so I think last class we were able to create all these things in our offering in procurement offering, but now it is restricted to financials only. So whenever we create new implementation user and assign the roles and to update the user and roles, we need to run this program, LDA program, and just click on submit, and it will be refreshed. So this is the 1154848, and you can go to the left side and you can check this one. You can you can check the you can check the program. So you can go to the tools. Usually it will be in the tools. If you're not able to find the tools here, so you can go to more, and there you can check it. So we have all these things in the past two recordings. I am just giving you the brief on this. Okay, so you can go to schedule process. So you can submit a new program from schedule processes. Okay, so we just submitted, right? So it is still running. So you can refresh it. Okay, you can refresh it. And if you want to submit new program, so then schedule new process and you can submit using this. Okay. So let me go to the setup and maintenance. Okay. And so we discussed about currency, and let us discuss about calendar and chart of account structure. Okay. So for this, let me go to the financials because it is restricted to the financials only. So let me go to the financials. Click on setup, and enterprise profiles. You can get the enterprise profile legal structure, and you can go for the legal entity. So here you can see, go to the alt task. You can see the calendar and everything. I think so. Yeah, manage accounting calendar. So now they restricted everything. So earlier it was not there. So I'm using this instance for last 1 year. So yeah, they didn't restrict it for any offering. So now they restricted for offerings. So if it is a financial related job, so financial people need to take care like that. Click on manage accounting calendars. I think now we will get it. So you can note down both the instances. Okay, so we can use this one. We have three servers. One is only for SCM, and other is uh, for um, for all the offerings.
Can you ping the
The first,
second link also, Prasad?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
you ping the second link also?
yeah. I ping just now. I ping the second link. So this one only we are using, Pradeep. I ping the
so
link.
for the first link, Prasad, it is only for SCM and the second link is for
No, no, it's
all
no,
offerings.
no, no, it's not like that. And both, so you can use all the offerings for both the links. But
Okay.
so they restricted something for the first link. So which we used yesterday and today in the beginning. So
Yeah.
I suggest you let us use this one. So currently that we are using. So if it is not working, if the server is not working, then we can go for the earlier one.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why I had taken so because I have a couple of friends in Oracle, so I have taken the two to servers because if it is one is down, then we can use other one like that because we can continue the classes. Okay.
So we can use both the IDs, SCM, IMPL and FI and IMPL?
Yeah, you can do anything. So better to use the SCM because it's a kind of a SCM implementation. Okay, we can use. Otherwise, you can create your own because we have the provision. You can create your own user. So then you can use your own user and your own password. Because in the earlier video recordings, we specified how to create the user. So you can go through that and you can create. So usually the process is that first we create implementation user and assign the offerings. So then we will log in with our user because in the RPL also we used to use operations welcome, right? Once we log in and we create our own user and we start implementation with that. So here also you can log in with the core user and you can create your own user and you can start the implementation using that one. Then we can create a project and send the offerings and we can start the other stuff. But earlier it was not restricted the core setups. These are we call it as a common setups, but in this instance they restricted only for the financials. Okay, so let me create the accounting calendar. So it is already there in our previous recording. So let me show you that. So here, so ours is AMD. Okay, AMD underscore calendar. So don't worry. So I have the recordings of my previous classes also. Okay. So if you are finding any kind of a project and if you are in a hurry mode, so we'll share that one also. Okay. So these are all the different recordings for all the topics. So this is for related to fusion only. Okay. So we have around 45 recordings. Okay. Okay, so if you are in a hurry mode and if you are able and if you are getting any project related to fusion, so I will share you and you can go to that. Okay. So I had the same way in the financials. Okay, I have same in the HCM because nowadays what happens is, especially in the fusion, so you can start with the supply chain, not a problem. But after some time, you will get that kind of experience. Nowadays, what happens is, as we discussed, and so Pradeep and myself discussed, and Priyanka, so I just want to I just want to let you know all these things. Um, so nowadays the scenario is changing, and each project it will be minimum 3 months, maximum 6 months only. Okay, so if we don't have the SCM project, definitely we need to move to the financials because so here just setting up like that. Okay, it will happen after 1 or 2 years. So that's why so we need to have the multiple skill set. Okay, so it's not like earlier we have the R12 project and it is minimum 1 year, and if it is a support project minimum 2 years, 5 years like that. So no support for the Fusion Cloud, only implementation, and that too is a very kind of easy thing. So once we implement and even you can use the rapid implementation. So we have the rapid implementation as well. So using that one, some setups you can, I will let you know how to do the rapid implementation. So these are all the different documents for the rapid implementation. Okay. So using that one, at least 20% of the setups you can create automatically. Okay. Okay. So
Okay.
yeah. So it will happen because we are expecting it will happen within 1 or 2 years. It will happen. Okay. Think I just yeah. So AMD calendar start date I am taking from January, and prefix all these things you can do that. Okay. So usually we used to take in this way only, and format. So in EBS R4 we don't have the format. Okay. So now you can use your own format. So Oracle has given different formats. But in EBS, what happens is whenever you install the application, in that time only DBA people they need to give the format and everything. But here we can give our own formats, the year formats. Okay. And so Jan period, the first period is Jan period. It will be based on the start date. So based on start date and adjustment periods. So in EBS also we used to give the adjustment period. So it is for the year-end closing or quarter closing or month closing purpose. So usually we used to give one adjustment period at the end of the year. So if the client wants to, then you can give it. And if the client wants adjusting period, it's just a it's not a regular period. It's a kind of a temporary period where you can save the information. Okay, for example, I am closing the this year 2017 year. At the end of the year, December, I have so many pending transactions. So I can't clear all the pending transactions at a time. So then at the time, what you can do is you can move all the pending transactions to the adjusting period, and you can close and you can open the period stock. And after some time, you can come back and you can clear all these things and move to the next year or next period. So for that, it will be useful. So if you're not using this adjusting period, then you can go for none. So I'm just giving one set year end. Usually for most of the MNC projects, they used to take one set year end only, but it's based on the client requirement on. Click on next, and in EBS what happens is so you need to give all the periods, okay, by manually or through data loader. So here it is not like that. So system will display everything. So because it's adjustment period, I am just giving the adjustment period here. So ADJ one step, then save and close. So this is the way to create calendars. Okay, I just created a calendar. So next level, let us go for the chart of account structure. Okay, so let me go for the chart of account structure in a quick manner. And actually, we have the recording for a previous class as well. So after that, so we can go for the multi-org and all this stuff. Okay, we can create a ledger and multi-org, all these things. Okay. So for that, you can go for the legal structure. Structure enterprise. Yeah, it is there only. So we can go for the financial reporting. Otherwise, so you can go to the implementation project. There also you can search it. So let me create chart of account value set, structure, instance, values. So in EBS, we used to create value set, structure, and values. We don't have the structure instance. Here it is added because you can assign the structure to structure instance. And if you want if you want to edit if you want to add any kind of a segment, you can use the structure instance, and it will be useful for the security purpose. So click on manage chart of account value sets. So let me create all the value sets. Click on new. So I am taking AMD. So AMD company VS. So model is general ledger. So that's why specified to general ledger only, and it is independent value set, and you can go for the characters, and here number digits only, and maximum length I am taking 2 size, and save and close. Okay, AMD. You can search the data. So there are two ways. So in cloud we have search. We can search it, and we can create it two ways. So click on new, here AMD, so underscore company value set and account value set, account VS, okay, and module is general ledger and independent, and you can go for the character, and here numeric digits only. Sizes I am taking 3, save and close. We'll take four value sets. Okay, so search it. We have 2, and let me take one more department, AMD underscore department VS. Okay, so it's a general ledger, and validation type is independent, character, and number of digits only, and I'm taking 4, size, save and close. Search it. So click on new, AMD underscore others value set, module I can take general ledger. So this validation is independent, character, and this one is number digits only, and maximum length is I am taking 1, save and close. So this is the way to create the value set. Okay, I just created the value sets. So let me go for the structure. Okay, save and close. Yeah, structure. Okay, so in this way you can create. Okay, so structure and structure instance. So whenever if you don't find the relevant task in one offering, so you can go for the financials. If it is not, if you are not able to find procurement offering, so you can go for the financials because it's a kind of financial subject. So just click on search. Okay, earlier it was not like that. So just click on manage structures. We can create a structure and click on new, and I'm going to create a structure. So AMD underscore. So I can say that accounting flex. Otherwise, you can give the key flex field whatever, because accounting flex field is a key flex field in GL. Okay, so just save and close. So delimiter. So you can say that. So how it is. Usually you used to go for the dots, and if the client want so any kind of a pipe equal to plus or you can get it. But so we have more options here compared to the EBS. Save and close. Okay, done. So let me create a structure instance. So you can go to you can click on you can done, and you can go to structure instance. Otherwise, you can create directly structure instance from here itself. Okay, if you go to structure instance. Okay. Okay. So okay, and before going to structure instance, so let me create some segments. Okay, we can create the segments here. So let me check it. Search, manage structure, and ours is AMD. Search. Okay, so I just edit it. So if you want, you can edit it, or you can do that. So here you have the provision. So you can create segments. Okay, and segments are associated with structure. Even in the EBS also, while creating the structure, so then once we create the structure and click on segments, and we will create all the segments. In the same way, Here we can create segments, then we can assign the structure to such instance. That is the difference. Click on new. So here I am going to create a segment. AMD underscore company. That is a segment. You can copy here. You can copy paste all these things. So this sequence numbering I am taking 1, serial number 1, and display I have taken 2 for the company. Okay, and the column name. So you have different segments. I am taking 1. So usually Oracle has provided so maximum 30 segments. Minimum 2 segments you can use. So here the value set we are going to assign the value set to the segment. That means that so you can use the value set to create different segment values. So we can create the segment values and based on the value set. And okay, so I had created company and everything. Okay, so how the system knows? So if you are the company, then you need to go for the balance segment. So I'm just giving the balance segments. Even EBS also we enable the segments. Okay, so here we call it as a segment labels, and in the EBS we used to call it as account. So flex feed. Okay, so we call it as a flex feed. So segment qualifiers, so flex fields qualifiers like that. So here it is segment labels. The naming convention change, but the process is the same only. Okay. So if you work here, so if you work in the EBS, definitely. So I can say that 50%. So the fields and naming convention is same only, but the process is different. So once we complete one cycle, and if you work for one project, that's enough. So no confusion for this. Save and close. In the same way, let me create other segments as well. So AMD underscore account. So copy here and sequence number 2 and display size 3 and here segment 2 and default value set. Default value set is you can see our company, right? Company value set. And whenever you take the company, you can go for the natural account, then save and close. Okay, in the same way, so let me create department and others. AMD department. And one more thing, so because Oracle is deleting the data on a weekly basis, maybe in future, okay, after 1 week, maybe they delete this data. This is not their core data, right? So what we can do is, so we can use Oracle CD data. So there is a CD data is, we can use Oracle CD data for further setups. We can't come back here again and we can't create all the setups, okay? Because all the people are doing the same only for these demo instances. Okay, sequence numbering. I can say that 4. Okay, so it is 3 only, right? 3, 1, 2, 3. And display size is 4 I had given. So column name. So I can go for the 3 and the default value set. So it's a department. Yes. Okay, if it is a department, then we can go for the cost center. 7 plus. Pradeep and Priyanka, you are able to hear me, right? So please let me know if you have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
sir.
fine. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I'm able to follow
Yeah,
that.
fine. Yeah, thank you. So let me go for AMD. I'm taking other. So here it is sequence number 4 and from and display width. So I'm taking so one size for this. Okay, because it's for future purpose. So segment 4 and default value set 4. So it is a kind of others. And for this I am not mentioning any kind of segment label, and in future if the client wants, then they can do that. They can give their own save and close. So like this we can use up to 30 segments, but no company is using 30 segments because it is a problem for kind of a reporting. But we can suggest to the client that wherever the segment is required for the reporting purpose, then they can use this one. Okay, usually the finance people used to take care of all these kind of chart of accounts and reporting structure. But it is good to know that, because nowadays what happens is not kind of finance, SCM, CRM like that. So anyone need to do anything. So that situation will be coming soon. Save and close. Okay. Okay. Done. So now you can create structure instance from here. Otherwise, you can go to the separate task is there for structure instance, and that one also. So you can see the same page only. If you go to the structure instance, let me go to chart of account structure instance. You will get the same thing only. Okay, so the same one, the same page. Okay. So then click on manage structure instance, and here. So let me query the structure. AMD structure. Okay. Okay, sorry. So structure instance is not created, right? Yeah, structure instance is not created. So click on new and AMD structure instance. Okay, you can go for you can go for account flexible or structure. You can take it, no problem. Structure instance. But whenever we query, we used to query with the AMD only. That's why not an issue. But in the real time, the naming convention and everything is based on the based on the client only. Okay, we can't take our own naming convention. So here the structure instance is structure is mapped to the structure instance. So it is not there in the EBS. It's not there in the EBS. So once you give the structure instance, automatically you will get all the segments. Okay. So in future, what happens is if you want to edit anything, you can edit using the structure instance. It's not a problem. But if you edit anything in the structure, so it will be problematic. So that's why Oracle has given this kind of thing. Okay. And here what happens is these should be in the required status. For that, so let me click on the edit field here, and you can make it is required. Because if it is not required, so any one of the segments should be required. Otherwise, it will not compile. It will not compile. So I am taking all as a required. But any one of that should be in the required status for all the segments. Yeah, click on OK. So now save and close. Click on save and close. Fine. So next level is to create segment values. Okay, segment values. So today I will complete the segment values as well, and tomorrow let us continue with the multi-hour structure. So multi-hour structure, so we will define enterprise, and we can go for the legal entity, ledger, business unit, all these things. Let us continue tomorrow. Okay, now I am going to create the segment values. Let me check with. So here we will see different fields, right? So value set codes, validation type, data type, everything. But no need to give the data for all the fields. You can give any one and give the percentage and set it. You will get it. AMD. Okay. I just want to give the company codes. Okay. Go to the company and click on the manage values. So you can create a value. Okay. Click on new. So first one is the search button. Okay, and this one I am going to give 10 AMD USA. Okay, then save and close. Okay, search it, and you will get it. And I'm going to give 20 AMD, what I can say, India. Okay, India value. Save and close. Search it. We created two values. That's fine. And in the same way, let me go for the accounts. Click on accounts. Okay, and click on manage. So you need to select the value set code and select the manage values. And click on new. And here 100, because it's a 3 digits, 100 assets. I am taking assets, and you can say that. So why I am getting all these things, attributes, okay, account type, because if you see company, you didn't get these attributes because of this segment labels. So while practicing, so please check the naming convention. So what is the segment value and segment label and attributes, all this is. So yeah, so usually in the interviews, so they didn't ask directly, but they used to mention this kind of wording. So then we can catch it easily. Okay, because we don't have the qualifiers and everything. Here it's the labels and attributes like that. Okay, I am taking the 100 as a, so it's a kind of asset. Okay, asset, and then save and close. Search it. And in the same way, so let me go for, so let me go for 200 liabilities. Liabilities, and you need to mention the liability. So if you are not able to mention the account type, so then it will not, system will not treat as a liability. Okay, and 300 asset liabilities expense. Okay, expense, account type is expense, then save and close. And next one is, click on new, and it is 400. So expense, and we can go for the revenue. Okay, 400 revenue. Usually we used to give the 400 expense, not a problem. Revenue. Okay, it's a kind of a revenue. So then we can go for other account as a ownership account. I'm taking 500 equity account. So you can select the account type as equity, owner's equity, and then save and close. So these are all the 5 managed accounts. Let me take some accounts which are required for our ledger and other kind of transactions. So let me take 201, which is a liability account. It's a retained earnings account. So we need this one, retained earnings account. We need this is a liability account. We need this account for creation of the ledger. And let me take one cash account. Cash account is asset account. Cash account, asset, then save and close. So let me take one more account, so any kind of expense account. So let me take so 401 as a, so salaries. But in the real time, so we don't create these things manually. So if it is 1 or 2, we can go for the manually. But in the, so we have the different process. Okay, we have the FBDA process, file-based data import. I will explain that topic as well. So everything is saved in the repository, Oracle repository, and we can go to the Oracle repository. I think I have saved that kind of link here. So let me check it where it is. Yeah, it's a kind of a Oracle repository. We can go to the repository and we can download the template, and we can uh, upload the, we can give the data in the Excel file, and we can upload it. It's a kind of a just fill up the data in the Excel file and upload. That's it. Yeah, this is the Oracle repository. Okay. So okay, for example, I want to go for the financials. These are all the financial topics, right? Then go to the release 11. Okay, in the release 11, and you will see all kind of all the data. Okay, we will explain this process later. This will explain this process. So once you click on this one, yeah, getting started. Okay. Okay, this one also useful for you guys. So yeah, so here we have the books, different books. Okay, finance to cloud release, how it is implementing assets, implementing. Okay, so how to users and different things. So compared to the EBS R12, so here so they have mentioned everything in a systematic way. So we'll ping you this one. Yeah, we can. So okay, we can go through that. Okay. Okay. So let me. So this is in the repository. We have the templates, and using those templates, we can upload the data. Okay, that is that we can do in the real time. Okay. So let me go to. Fine. Save and close. So in the same way, so let me go to the department and let me create some kind of a department values. Click on manage values. Okay, and I'm going to create. So let me create some values. So this is the four digits. I'm taking 1000, and so let me take finance. Save. Save and close. Okay, and let me go for 2000 and HR, and let me take 3000 operations. Like this we can give operations. Okay, and 4000 sales. Okay, fine. And next one is we can go for others. Others I am not going to create values for this. So we will use this one for the future purpose, and just I am giving only one value. Otherwise we can't create any kind of account combinations. That's why I'm just giving a 9 at default. Okay, but you can create up to 30 segments like this, like 30 segments or 30 segments. So for each segment you can create the segment values based on the value set. But you need to inform the client that we can't go for much more segments because it's a kind of a problem for kind of reporting or a journal entries. Any kind of a, while creating any kind of a transaction, it will be problematic. But definitely, client has the right to select the segments for their reporting purpose. Okay, for example, so we are implementing any kind of a pharmaceutical company. In that product, so we need to select the product as segment. So otherwise, their revenue is based on the product. And if it is the financials, the revenue is based on the loans. If it is the insurance, the revenue is based on the policies. If it is a education kind of thing, so their revenue is based on the academic. Okay, so we can so definitely we can take those segments. Okay, other than that, so we can select other. Okay, for example, in the infrastructure project as a segment, so their main revenue is based on project one, project two, project three. If we don't select the project as a segment, so then how we can get the reports related to segments? So okay, if the management need the expense for the project one and the revenue for the project two, and they want to compare the expense between project one to project two. So then if there is no segment, then we can't do any kind of entry based on the segment. So we used to do entry based on segment, right? If you are not able to create, then the project will not be there in the segment in the account combinations. Okay, for example, company account and department like that. So if it is not there in the transaction, so definitely we can't get the reporting. So that's why it's a very critical. That's why So Oracle has mentioned this one as a key flex field. So key flex field, KFF, key flex field. So this accounting flex field is a key flex field. Okay, save and close. So without this key flex field, which is the accounting flex field, we can't do any kind of implementation project because all the accounts are here only. Without account, without finance, so we can't do anything. Okay, so then click on save and we create a default, then save and close. Okay, so definitely from tomorrow onwards we will continue. So and I'm also tracking each class and I am mentioning the topics that we are going to discuss tomorrow like that, and we'll be in a plan based. And Pradeep, by end of this week, I will give you the plan. So at least I can't give you the entire plan. So I will give you weekly plan. So this week we are going to discuss these topics. Okay. So definitely we will give you the weekly plan and we'll share you that recordings R12 related and fusion related also. If you are getting any kind of a project and if you are in the time, so if you don't have the time or if you getting the projects, definitely I have the all the recordings from starting to ending. We'll share you that one. But I prefer to attend the classes because here every day we should discuss 2-3 setups only, right? So then it will be good.
Right.
Yeah, it will be good for you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Priyanka, do you have any doubts?
Prasad, if you don't mind, can you share me that R12 document, setup documents,
Yeah,
which I
yeah, yeah,
discussed with you?
yeah. Sure. I will do that one. Actually, so our discussion is so actually, so I don't know whether I can talk right now or not because Pradeep also so joined for the R12 and which so we moved to Fusion. So yourself also like that, right? So I have some
Yeah.
SCM documents so related to R12. So it is around 50 like this, 60 or 70 because earlier I had given all the stuff, right? So these are all the R12 documents. Okay. So I told him so we will share the documents. I think you are working in the SCM area, right? So because I think it's not required for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If it is required, we'll share you for that one because Priyanka is working for in the SCM area only. Okay, she is also moving to the like you, Pradeep. She is also moving to different. Now she is working for CRM kind of implementation for the EBS purpose. So
Right.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
So definitely, I will create a WhatsApp group so we can exchange our ideas and we can exchange the knowledge sharing. We will do the knowledge sharing because I don't until unless if there is any problem, I don't delete the WhatsApp group. I will keep on so add like-minded people. So what we can do is
Sure.
we can share the knowledge and then we can do that one. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thanks, Prasad.
Thank you.
thank you. I will
Thank
share
you.
this. I
And
will
bye.
share this recording. Okay, fine. Thank you. Yeah, bye.
Yeah.
Okay.